Hey, Heaven Sent. How are you? You doing okay? I just thought I'd come on for a little while. I'm doing okay, sweetheart. Um, I'm not at home. I'm at my oldest son and my daughter-in-law's. I've been camped out with them ever since this COVID-19 started. I hope all is well with you and your family. You doing okay? I was live earlier, but I had to end my stream because I had gotten a phone call, so I had to end it and then come back. But you doing okay? How are you been doing? Doing this? Yeah, yeah. Watching TV. Yeah, I've been here um, camped out with my oldest son and my daughter-in-law. Well, I only have one daughter-in-law, so I've been camped out with them. Uh, my daughter-in-law is in school, and she works full time um, for a hospital here in Houston, and she's in medical school as well. So, with everything that's been going on, she's been working from home. Um, so I've been camped out with them for a minute, you know. Um, my oldest son started dialysis, so um, that's been it's been going pretty good though. Um, he's at dialysis now, and he haven't they haven't gotten back yet. So I said, let me do a quick live because I hadn't been live in a while. So yeah, that's all we can do is sit at home and watch TV. Oh yeah, she can't. Yeah, she can't. They don't have no children, but she when that started, they sent her the department she works in. They sent her home, and she works from home. So um, she's been home, but my son before he went out on workman comp, he was still working as well. Matter of fact, his crew is still working. Um, Houston just got on curfew last Tuesday. Like we just went into curfew last Tuesday. So he's been home, you know, um, too, but um, he his job is still working. But other than that, um, I've been hanging out with them. Um, my youngest son, um, he here in Texas, but on a different. He's up there by San Marcos, and he's in San Marcos up there by Austin and San Antonio. But he travel, he'll travel here because that's nothing but like 2.5 hours away. So you know um he's able to just get in his car and travel, you know and and he haven't been um, working as much, you know. Um, he's been, home a lot because of everything that's going on. But um, COVID haven't stopped them from work, stopped him, my youngest son, from working. It's just kind of slowed down. He's not going to other states, like he was before. Um, the most he just drive wherever they have to go. But other than that, everything's been going well. I can't complain. You know, I can't complain. Everything's been good. It's just, a time that I think people get an opportunity to, oh, it stop you from working. Oh, you got your own big. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I ain't got number one brother left. Um, my brother is a barber. Yeah, my brother. I only have one brother left, and he's a barber. And I talked to him the other day, and he said, when people call him, he go cut their hair. You know, he opened up his place and cut their hair just long as they protected, and he wiped down his chairs and clip and cleaned them clippers, you know, and he keep going, cause that's the way he make his money, you know, and I can't too much blame him. You know what I mean? I just can't, cause like I say, he a barber. My he's older than me. He's my middle brother, but that's how he make his living. That's how he pay his bills. Yeah. Oh, I understand. I just think, heaven sent, I'm more spiritual than I am religious. Um, you know, I'm I don't I think that, you know, um this is a time that we as believers should be um home, you know, um really believing and trusting in God. You have a lot of people that are fearful of everything that's going on. And that's one reason why I continue to pray on my channel and speak about the goodness of God, hoping that others would, um, you know, start praying and communing with God. Um, that's one reason why I pray and talk about God so much on my channel, because it's not about religion with me. It's about that spiritual relationship that I have with that supernatural being. And so um, I think that um, a lot of people, um, we cherish so much material things, and People are very fearful. He needed you to cut his son out. Yeah, people are very, very fearful of the unknown. And whenever you don't have an understanding of things, it brings on fear and worry. And we know that God does not operate in the spirit of fear nor worry. So, when this thing came about, um, it did not move me. It did not shake my faith, because what people are doing now, praying, being at home with their family, um, praying for this thing to end. Um, I was already praying. I was already believing. Um, and I just think that this is a time to really see that God is in control of everything. And man has always tried to figure out who God is. And revolution, scientists always tried to figure out this thing, um, that we believe. And so people are scared, people are frantic, people are not, um, um, they're even the stock market and the CEOs, the president, all of those people have to work from home. And for them, it's difficult. It's very difficult for them. This thing is not difficult for me and my family. I think that people has really, the church is in such a disarray, um, with the church look like the world. It's what it is. But the Bible had already spoke of that. The Bible spoke of diseases, leprosies is one. You know, they spoke. The Bible spoke of diseases. This is nothing new under the sun. Yeah, this is a virus, and what, like my daughter-in-law explained it to me, to everybody. She said that that this virus, um, she said, yeah, they're not telling you the truth about this virus. She said that a virus cannot live in heat. It cannot. It it can, and in Texas it's hot. So for us to have a large number of this COVID-19 virus is crazy, because a virus, germs cannot live in heat. So she say, anytime if you're outside, if your body, that's why they're telling you to drink warm water. Don't drink, if you're feeling bad, don't drink cold water. Drink hot lemon water. Hey, Marcia. Hey, baby. How you doing, baby? How you making it through this crisis? And she was saying that no virus can live in heat. So she said, they're lying. They're telling lies, because medically, it cannot live. That's why they're telling you to wipe things down with bleach and different things. Yeah, yeah, this thing here is no different from the strand of Ebola. It's no different from anything else. This is man made, and they really, really trying to psych us out. I think that this is horrible for people that really depend on themselves. Oh, you making masses? Well, that's wonderful. I've been seeing a lot of people doing that. You know, um, I think that you know they got us around here cooped up in houses and got people frantic. But I ain't scared. Me and my daughter-in-law, when we want to go to the store, we get up and go. Period. Period. We get up and go, you know, um, because she was saying that it cannot live, a virus cannot live in heat. So she said, it's hot here. It's hot in Texas, you know, and she said, I just think that they're brainwashing us. This just a tactic for them to reap the harvest. And I said, this is crazy. So, I ain't been in fear. I ain't had now anxiety, attack. I ain't none of that went on with me. Like I say, we still are going to the store, grocery shopping and everything. We're doing just exactly what we want to do. Um, and and like I say, this thing, if this too shall pass, and um scientists always been messing with mankind. Always. Hey, Miss Mosley. Hey, baby. How you doing, love? I hope all is well with you. And y'all, I'm tired of talking about COVID uh, uh, 19 because it is just the strangest thing. Like I said on my video this morning, that it's the strangest thing that this all happened during Palm Sunday. Here we are frantic about a virus, a man-made virus, and we are in our homes, cooped up with our family. But this really a time that God is showing us that he still have all power in his hand. And I just think everything is going to prevail. This thing is going to end. It will it I think it's changing people to get closer to him, spend a little time with him, really leaning and depending on God. And so even trials and that's what it is. It is not. Hey, Miss Felicia. Hey, love. Hey, baby. Hey, Diamond. Hey, all y'all. How y'all doing? I hope everybody is safe and healthy. I just think that this too shall pass. And at this most detrimental time is during the time of Palm Sunday and Communion Sunday. And then this is the week of Easter Sunday, the resurrection. To me, this is God saying, I was wounded. I was bruised. I hung and bled. So we are still covered by the blood. And this week, we should be thinking and reflecting back on Calvary, about Calvary. You know, we should be getting ready to celebrate the death and resurrection of Christ. And I just believe that that God is going to work all this out, you know, but we have to put our faith in what we believe. We have to put our faith into action and know that we are covered by the blood of the Lamb. Know that everything is going to be okay, that we shouldn't worry, that we shouldn't fear what's going on in this world. And whenever man puts his hand in something dealing with the Creator, whenever man tries to defeat the Creator, it's always going to be friction. And this thing, this COVID-19, is man-made. And God is going to do just exactly what he's always said that he would do. Like I said, this is no different than leprosies, than anything else, any disease that the Bible spoke of. Same thing that's going on now. Ebola, same thing. I mean, I just think that man need to quit, them scientists need to quit playing around. You know, they want us to believe that it came from China, from them folks eating bats. And I said, how in the world you can eat a bat? A bat is nothing but a flying rat. How can your system can even break down that type of animal? It just can't. Although your stomach is an acid base and it breaks down, it cannot break down a bat. See, that's what they wanted us to believe. They put that out on social media. Why? Because they know that social media is what we use to get our information. It's what people really feed into. And I've always said, I said it before this COVID-19 got as bad as it is. I said it before that Google, I call it Googleations. Googleations will mess all of y'all up. You know, because everybody want to Google everything. Nobody want to go to a library. Nobody want to pick up a dictionary. Nobody want to do it the old way. We sit up and we look at computers all day, and we believe what somebody has put into that computer, and it got us frantic. It got us. You got people that are having anxiety attacks. Like they were saying that people were doctors were prescribing more anxiety medication than anything, because people are so scared that they're going to catch this virus, that they're not going to be able to live, that they're not going to be. And that's what the enemy wants to do. The enemy always wants you to think of the worst, nothing good. And you just can't be tricked by the enemy. You just can't. I mean, you can't let the enemy steal your joy. You just can't, you know. Um, and the enemy is good for that, you know. And we have to keep our eyes on Christ. We just do during this time. While you with your families, um, this is a time, you know, for me and my family. I've always, I raised my children in the church. They've heard me pray. So, you know, I thank God that they know God for themselves. And even though um, my oldest son is on dialysis, even in that, you know, even with him, looking at him go through this, he'll be 32 May the 3rd. You know, I looked at my son and it just broke my heart. You know, who want to see their child go through dialysis? Um, he 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 cried like a baby, but when they told him he would have to be on dialysis, and you know, it kind of knocked me off my feet. But I had to lean on God more than ever. I had to reach down. I had to get that word and go and really spend some time with God. And even though my son is going through this, he showed me that, Mom, you worried, but I'm not. I'm okay. I'm ready to do this thing. Like, you know, I'm going to take this thing head on and I'm going to do just what, like, they asked me to do. And you guys, you know, that took all my fear and worry away, because he was speaking in a mature level. Not only that, to show me that even though I'm going through this, I still got the faith that God is going to heal my body. And so right now we are, he's only had 3 days. His first day was Friday. And on the 24th, they put in a cath through his stomach directly into that kidney. So peritoneal dialysis is much different than the hemodialysis. Hemodialysis is harder on the body because it takes the blood. Hey, Miss Donna. Hey, baby. It takes the blood out of the body and clean it. The machine cleans it and put it back in. Well, that's much harder on the body than the peritoneal dialysis. The peritoneal dialysis is just pulling the fluid. It's just cleaning the system. It's not pulling the blood. Hey, Munch Bar. Hey, baby. I hope everyone is safe, and I appreciate you all coming. And when I met with the nurses, and they explained to me about the peritoneal dialysis, and this one is they're trying to push this one more than the hemo, because the hemo works on the heart. And I remember when their father took dialysis, he was on the hemo dialysis, and the more he stayed on it, he also went into, he had to have triple bypass as well. So when the nurse came and spoke to looked at their home because he's going to be taking dialysis from home. I miss y'all too, Miss Donna. I miss all of you guys. I got up and I've been camped out with my oldest and my daughter-in-law. That's who I'm with, and that's why you guys hadn't seen me. I wasn't going live. I'm sitting at their house in their guest room. They made a guest room for me, child. I've been over here camped up with them, camped in there with them, Miss Donna, and getting ready for him when because my daughter-in-law is in school. Not only that, she's still working, but she worked from home, and she have 2 computers. I ain't know the child had 2 laptops that she got to look at all day. Child, I seen all that sitting up in here with these 2, and then he had to go last week and have that catheter put in, and he had blood work, x-rays, and all that kind of stuff he had to do. I thank God, Miss Donna. He had to do all that before he can have dialysis. And not only that, he had to have a TB test. He had to have a chest x-ray. He had to be tested for COVID, that COVID-19, all that kind of stuff, so he won't infect anybody else, But he's in like a room by himself, though. He's not with around anyone else. So, but this one is not as hard on the body as the hemo dialysis is. So the only thing, though, he's been sleeping a whole lot because he's anemic. When you go into renal failure, kidney failure, your blood is not filtering through the kidney like it's supposed to. So you become anemic. And so he's lost a lot of weight. But he's doing good. He got his spirits are up. So I can't, when I got here, I was worried. I was tore up from the floor up. But child, he be up in here when he's up. He get up. He cooks. He still cook. Yeah, he do. Even after the nutritionist talked to him on Friday about his diet, they can't have a whole lot of things, a whole lot of water intake. They can't. They just can't. So he still cook, and when he feel good, or he's up and moving around. And yesterday he had a real good day. He was up a whole lot yesterday compared to before he even started dialysis, So I got here and I've been here, didn't really know what my daughter-in-law was really, really doing. Child, I got up. Child, they made me a room. Child, took their guest room and made that my room. Child, I got up in here. They didn't put me a TV, a bed, everything that I need. I say, well, y'all think I'm moving in, but I ain't. I'm not. But I just thank God, for them, because my youngest son decided that he would be the donor for his brother. So they have talked to me, my daughter-in-law, and my son about being put on the kidney transplant list. But with that, my youngest son is going to be his donor, his kidney donor. So I had to, we gave the doctor all my youngest son information, and there, that's extensive tests, that they have to do to make sure my youngest son is healthy enough to be a donor. So we're praying for that. We are thankful for that. He said it when we found out that he would have to go on dialysis, and right away my youngest said, "Mama, can I be a donor?" And I said, "Yeah, you can. You could be tested to be your brother's donor." So right now we are getting ready for that. We are excited about that. Not only that, my son, my oldest son, is still going to the restroom. He's still having an output. And what I've learned about it, because this one is a whole lot different from the hemo, where they take all the blood out your body, the machine cleans it and put it back in. This one is totally different. My son still goes to the restroom. He have bowel movements, and he urinates. And what they said is that as long as he keep going to the restroom, that that would lessen his chances of being on dialysis for 4 hours every day. So that's a good thing, That's a wonderful thing, and like I say, it's just a blessing that my youngest decided to be his brother donor. So we're getting ready for that. But in the process, he still have to take dialysis. He still have to go. But we are thankful. We're grateful, for everything that God is doing in our life. So even though, my son is going through this, he's still Kelvin. And y'all, I've been trying to go live with them, but he don't be woke enough. He don't be woke. He be sleeping, cause time he sit down, and then he stay cold. So child, they have me. Well, my daughter-in-law, she tried. He has an electric blanket. He has an electric blanket because he have it hot up in here, and me and my daughter-in-law be up in here about to die because he be cold. And yesterday he talking about, "Mama, can you give me my electric blanket?" I said, "How closet?" I said, "Electric." I said, "Boy, you got you one of them." You got you an electric blanket, child. He got that electric blanket, and we plugged it up. But y'all, he had on, when he come back yesterday, child, he had went in the room, put on his long john, his thermal. So I said, "Child, you got on your thermal, okay? And you want your electric blanket?" I said, "Child, you that cold? It ain't that cold up in here, But for him, yeah, it's cold. But I've been trying to go live with them, but child, he be sleep. He be sleep. He be sleep. And then my daughter-in-law, she be up and at work, and in school. I'm like, "You got 2 laptops, girl. This what you be doing?" I say, "Damn. Oh Lord, I'm glad I'm here." And not only that, her parents had been, really, really being there for them. And so With me being here, though, it helps them where they can go and get, some rest and not be so worried about her and him. And so, you know, um, his mother-in-law was here this morning. This morning she was, and she come to check on me, child. But yeah, she was here this morning. Miss Nelson was here this morning, and me and her sat. She don't drink coffee, but she smoked. So I drank my coffee, and she stood out there on the patio and smoked her cigarette. Smoked her cigarette. We were sitting up in there talking. But y'all, he he doing good, and I can't complain, you know. And I tell people, and I tell you guys that, you know, um, we all of us struggle with something. We all have crosses that we have to bear, but in this time, lean on God, more than ever. And God will provide for us. He has did it before, and he'll continue to do it. Um, God does not change, So um, I'm keeping the faith. I have to. That's the only thing I have to depend on. You know, and when I look at him, and Sunday, um, when I got up, child, we was already in church because they were streaming church on they church, the church that they belong to, because we don't go to the same church. I still go to the church where they were raised in, but they go to a whole nother church. And child, um, I got up. He was sitting up in here. He in the den on the sofa, and my daughter-in-law was sitting up in, and they sitting up there streaming their church service. They go to Fort Bend Baptist Church, and they were in church, child. So I got my coffee, honey, and I went to church too, and we had communion too. So I just been here enjoying myself and really helping out my daughter-in-law, because y'all, that girl got two laptops. She be in class and at work all at the same time. And then on certain days, she in her clinicals on her laptop. I'm like, oh, girl, I don't think I can do that. Yeah, that's a lot. And I looked at her, I said, daughter-in-law, you got two laptops? Girl, you on both of, and then she have a phone too. So I'm like, oh Lord. Then she got to deal with my son too. But since I've been here, she's been able to sit and do her work and do things peacefully. But this morning she got up and he had to go because they're teaching him to do his dialysis manually in case the power will go out. Because in Texas we have storms, we have rainstorms, so it'll flood here, it'll knock power out. So with him taking dialysis from home, he have to learn how to do it manually first, and then they're going to show him the other way. But in the meantime, she learning, and I think they're going to teach me just in case she might not be able to be here to do it. When everything is all over. So he's going to do it from home. The nurse came last Monday, and they'll be back to look at their house again to make sure everything is sterile, that it's big enough to have the machine in their room, and that he'll be able to do it when he's sleeping. So that's what they're doing today. And they don't let everybody go up in there. So I went Friday, and then the mother-in-law, bless her heart, y'all, she went yesterday, and today my daughter-in-law went. So I've just been sitting here hanging out with them, child. And like I say, I've been saying, I wanted to go live with them so y'all will get a chance to meet them. And hopefully, once he yesterday he did real well because he was up for a long time yesterday. No, Monday. Yeah, yesterday he was up for a good little while. But like right after he ate, child, he was out like a light. So hopefully once he get to doing real well, I will do a live. And I told them that I would do a live, that I wanted them to do a live with me, so they could see the people that really supports me, and really the people who really been praying for them. And so other than that, child, we me and my daughter-in-law, we go out to the store. Yeah, he good, heaven sent. Like I say, when I got up yesterday, child, Sunday, we was in church, child. They were already in church because they were streaming it from their TV, right? So I just fixed my coffee because they don't drink coffee. I fixed my coffee, child, and I sat down and went to church too. And went to church. And then my daughter-in-law fixed us communion. So, I'm thankful that he know God for himself, and he's not, even though now he did now I ain't gonna say he always been strong, because child, when they first told him and he called me, he was crying. And once he got home, I told him I'll meet him at his house. And he cried. He cried. And he cried last week, when week before last, when they put that he had to go for it, when they put that calf in him. He cried that morning. And I told him that, and I couldn't go with them because they had already told my daughter-in-law that only one person can come with him because of the COVID jump. So I had to stay home. I couldn't go with them. So I was already here at their house. So when he got up, I told him, stop all that crying. You're gonna be all right. Before your pressure go up again, and they sure ain't gonna do it. So when I told him that, he got himself together. He got himself together, and and went on. God told him, you're gonna have to calm yourself down. The doctor's they're not gonna perform it if your pressure is elevated. So he doing good. He just got to do his regiments. He have to change his diet. And like I say, he's already been doing that, because when your kidneys are no longer functioning. Hey, B&B. Hey, babies. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I hope y'all well as well. I hope everything is okay with you and y'all family. But he just have to, he on a lot of stuff he cannot have. When you don't have kidney function, you can't eat a lot of protein. You cannot eat a lot of sulfur and sodium, all that stuff. He have to be mindful of his intake because it caused a reaction, and the reaction is a itching, and he has developed, he experienced that the other day, and he said, "Mom, I didn't ate something that I didn't had too much of because I'm itching." And so I had some Benadryl, and I looked in his binder, and when your phosphorus is high, you will itch. And so um, I gave him a Benadryl. But in giving him that Benadryl, child, it made him more sleepier. So he was out. But it helped with the itching, because they don't get any comfort in that. And they will scratch themselves to death. And so, but other than that, he just have to um, watch his diet. He can't have a lot of. Now they want him to have um, fresh beans, but he can't have a whole lot of them. Stuff like that, it's just a life change, and he gonna be all right, you know. And like I say, my youngest son is getting ready to be tested to be his donor. So, I'm grateful, and you know, um, I said this once before that we fear the unknown, and it's one thing that I've learned about living is that show as we are came into this world, we're going to leave this world. And death is mysterious because death does not knock at your door. It does not call you and tell you that I will be there at such and such a time, at such and such a date. It just shows up, you know. And so for me, I understand life and death. And so when you understand those things, when you understand life itself and who the creator is, at some point you become peaceful. And for me, I've lost, buried many people, and it was difficult for me when I got the news that he was actually going on dialysis. But you know, um, I thank God, for everything that He has given me and He's doing for me and my family. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful, you know, and I can't complain. um, but I wanted to come and do a quick live, you know, and this week is a week that we should be sitting and reflecting while we stuck in the house, reflecting on Christ, you know. I hope you all had opportunity to listen to the video that I actually did the video Sunday, but I forgot to upload it. And I thought about it last night, and I uploaded it this morning. So I hope that you guys got an opportunity to view the video, because this is the week that we should be reflecting on Christ. You know, this is the time that we should be really, really leaning on God. You know, it just is, you know. And I don't know what else to tell you, that you can't put your faith in man. Man has let us down so many times. And then man, just like us, we were born in sin, you know. So how can we trust man, the government? How can we trust that? You know, we've got to know that we are all covered by the blood of Jesus, from the crown of our heads to the sole of our feet. So, you know, this is the time that we really should be um, really think. You know, for me, Easter is really my favorite holiday. You know, um, people say Christmas is for them, but now Easter for me, I love Easter. And the reason why I love Easter so, because had it not been for Jesus going to Calvary, I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk to you about the goodness of God and Him. So, you know, um, and I heard a minister say um, a while back, when his son died in a bad car accident, and he preached his son's funeral. I heard him say that um, God told him, now you see how it feels when I had to give my son to you all. He had to die for the world. And I just thought that that was amazing, you know. And I thought about that when um, my son told me about that he was going to be put on dialysis. So, you know, that brought back to my remembrance that we, and a lot of people don't understand, you know. Do I use Mona? The Mona, what is Mona? Heaven sent. I don't know what Mona is. But yeah, so, you know, I just been hanging out with them, you know. I've been up in here cooking and everything. So, um, you know, we've been busy. At least I have. But yeah, he's doing good. And, um, you know, it's just a lot that um, we have to learn. And the nurses will be back to check their house again to make sure it's sterile before he start taking dialysis from home. Um, he will they will come back and check the house again to make sure that everything is okay, that he can take literally take it from home. So that's getting ready to happen, I think, between now and next week. Um, and then the supplies is going to come too. So they have a big enough place, thank God, that you know, that they could do that. Because, like I say, I'm in one of the guest rooms. They made me a guest room child, and I told them I ain't coming up there. I ain't coming to stay with y'all. Oh Lord. But yeah, so but I've been here, for a minute now. So, I just said that let me come on while I got a little time, and talk to you guys. But getting ready to get up from here, I appreciate every last one of you guys, and I thank you all for your prayers and your encouraging words. Um, you know, to read. I been kind of slow in reading my comments, but um, I was able to read them the other day and yesterday. So I thank y'all for the encouraging words and all your prayers. Continue to pray for us as I continue to pray for you and your family. And just know this too shall pass. I've been saying that forever, but we're going to get through this. We are. And, you know, um, it's amazing to see for me, you know, because people are really, really having to spend time with their families. I've always been a family person, so that wasn't difficult for me. So, but anyway, some people it was difficult for them. It's difficult for them to be in a house with their family. And people are, uh, scared. I seen on CNN that doctors were prescribing um, um, anxiety medicine because people were having panic attacks and anxiety. That's the trick of the enemy. It just is. Depression is the trick of the enemy. And I always say that an idle mind is the devil's workshop because my grandfather used to say that all the time when I was a child. And when we were home for the summer and we would get into things, he would always say, "An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Quit letting the devil use you." you know. So, and that's what's going on now. People are fearful, people are scared because people can't go to work. People can't, they're scared to go out. Child, me and my daughter-in-law, whenever we got to go to the store, we've been stuck up in this house too long, we go to Walmart. Especially because, the stores be empty, child. Everybody, there don't be a whole lot of people in the store because people scared to go out to the store. Uh, but yeah, so that's the trick of the enemy, and this ain't the time to let the devil use you, play mind tricks on you. This ain't the time for that, child. So while you yet sitting still, think good things, think good thoughts, you know. This. I always say, when the devil start, you get them thoughts. Tell them, say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I can do all things. That stuff you just gotta speak. You just gotta speak that thing. You know, and You just got to speak it. You got to believe it. You just can't think that everything is going to be okay without really, really meditating on that and really believing it. Because you got to believe it. And it is. Everything going to be all right. God is going to provide. He's going to provide. That's what his word says. That he will provide all our needs according to his riches and glory. So you got to believe that word. You got to. You got it. So, and I've been saying it forever. This too shall pass. That he's gonna do just exactly what he said he's gonna do. You just gotta sometimes God have to sit us down to make us be still so we can hear from him. Yeah, so we do. He will do that. And I think this is what this COVID-19 is, even though that is man-made, but God is still in control. He's still in control. And people always ask, well, if God is so good, why is he allowing this to happen? Because of free will, because of sin, because of sin. Sin, free will, free will. He allow you to walk around and do what you want to do until you get tired. And then he know you're going to come back to him at some point. You're going to have to look up to him. You're going to have to call on him. So it's just what it is, you know. But he still sit on the throne, and I just, for me, I just feel bad for people who are stressing out about things that they have no control over. But anytime that you fear the unknown, it brings on fear and anxiety and depression, So people are looking at physical things and not spiritual. You have to stay in that spiritual realm. You have to. You have to speak that word. You have to. So you can get through this crisis. Like I said this morning, you have to bring your faith to the front line in this time of crisis, because your faith is no good to you. Faith is the things hoped for, see, but the evidence of things unseen. You got to have hope. You got to hold on to hope so that faith can kick into action. And faith with works is dead. So you got to let your faith work with you. You got to, so that's my answer for why we are going through this. You got to understand that whenever man, and me and my son just had this conversation, whenever man, and I'm talking about the doctors, the scientists, that's who I'm talking about. Whenever man tried to conquer the creator, whenever man go against the creator, meaning doing things such as this COVID-19, whenever man stick their hands in something that has nothing, you can't control God's people. So whenever man tries to go against the creator, you're going to always have friction. It is not going to come out right. Why? because he said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. And God spoke things. That's why we have the same power to speak those things as though they are into the right now. So you can't allow yourself to be worried about something that God is in control of. See, I ain't stressed out about that COVID-19. I'm just not. And I hope my word this morning encourage you. Because, see, after I did church on Sunday, um, I was back there sitting up, thinking and come up with that, what I put up this morning. Well, I did it Sunday, but I forgot to upload it. But you got to know it. You got to know it. You got to believe it, and your faith. You got to have the faith to know that everything is gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Cause man, this man made. I don't know what y'all scared of. Cause I ain't scared. I ain't scared. I ain't scared at all. And I ain't worried. And God does not operate in the spirit of fear and worry, because that's not of God. You got to know that that everything is gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be okay. This man doing, see, and scientists. Oh, now I don't know about y'all, but I in school we learned about the revolution. Revolution. Scientists always try to think about how things were created, the world. That's always been a debate with scientists. It always have been. And God said that our thoughts are not his thoughts. His ways are not our ways. See? It's not. So once you understand that, you'll understand the Creator. But you'll never truly understand. But you'll have some kind of knowledge where you don't allow man to interrupt your spiritual being, where you don't allow the devil to take your eyes off of Christ. See, it's what it is. You got to bring that faith to the forefront. And your faith, your faith is no good if you're not believing, if you don't have hope. You got to hold on to hope and know that everything is going to be okay. Everything. And God will provide. He's going to provide for us. So, y'all spend this time reflecting on the goodness of God. I love Easter. I love it because I know it's a man that died for me, even when I wasn't worth dying for. Mm, mm-mm. Even when I wasn't worth it, he gave up his life. See, he's a liberator. Salvation. hmm So, you guys, let me get off of here. I want y'all to all be blessed. Stay safe. Keep your eyes on Christ because he was wounded. He hung, bled, and died for us. I want everyone to be blessed. You know, I don't want you to be stressed. You all take care of yourselves. And yeah, y'all take care of yourself. Donna, take care of yourself, baby. Niece and nephew, B&B Reviews. You guys take care of yourselves. And keep your mind, keep your eyes on the cross during this time. Don't be deceived. You know, stay looking at the goodness of God. Keep your mind right there. You know, and a lot of times if we reflect back to where we used to be to today, we'll have an understanding. We'll be able to shout, you know. See, um, you know, spend that time, the time that you're with your families together. You know, spend that time reflecting, you know, back when you wasn't in Christ, that you did not have an understanding that how he blessed you with a job that you probably didn't deserve, you know, that he gave you things that you don't know how you did it, but you did. Because I know I'm like that child now, you know. And I say all the time, I don't know how I was going to get that youngest one through school, college, but I did. Oh, and I thank God. Hey, Nicholas, girl, I've been thinking about you. I've been meaning to message you, but I've been over here with my daughter-in-law and my son, child. So I've been camped out over here, honey. Since the last time y'all seen me, I've been over here. Y'all ain't seen me no more. Because I've been over here. And I've been meaning to go live, but um I can't never get to go live because my daughter-in-law be at work or in her class or she doing clinicals, and that oldest son of mine be asleep, you know, because he anemic and he be tired, so he sleep a whole lot. So I can't go. I say, well, I can't go live because, you know, I want y'all to see him. You know, I want y'all to see what I be going through with them. But Nick, I hope everything all right, baby. I hope you fine. You doing all right, sweetheart? Yeah, I hope you all well. You was on my mind, child. You sure was. I'm glad you came in, baby, because I was just finna end it. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna cook for them, because they gonna be home looking at me crazy when they do get up in here. Yeah, he had to go to dialysis again today because they're training um him to do it manually in case the power go out. So that's what he's learning. Then tomorrow I probably will go and learning. My daughter-in-law, she went this morning. So I probably will probably go tomorrow because or she most likely she probably gonna train me probably, but I don't know because the nurse said that um, uh, about 2 weeks ago when they came to make sure that their bedroom was big enough and the restroom wasn't far from um, them. So they came and made sure, that they had enough space and everything. Oh, you can't. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, you lost somebody. Oh, baby. No, to the girl, hush. I'm so sorry, honey. Well, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, when you lose somebody like that, of some senseless. Mm-hmm. I keep telling y'all that's man. That's something they made up in the lab, child. Around here giving it to people. I don't believe it came. They want us to believe it came from China, but I don't believe it came from China. I think that's what they wanted us to believe. You know, cause I'm like, the more I sat up and thought about it, I said, how you eat a bat? How you how you eat a bat? A bat ain't nothing but a flying rat. A bat got all kinds of rabies. And you know, y'all, your stomach can't break down that type of stuff. It just can't. And the more I sat up and thought about, and then the more my daughter-in-law talked to me about it, and the first thing she said that viruses cannot is just a germ, and germs cannot live in heat. And then she began to talk about all kinds of different things. So girl, it just made me when listening to her. It just made me go back and rethink that I think this was all a setup. Like I don't think that people was over there really eating bats, cause uh, girl, how you gonna stomach a bat? All the germs a bat got. So the more I thought about it, child, and listening to my daughter-in-law, child, I say this they lying. They lying to us. They lying. They playing with us, you know. And but like I say, whenever man put their hands in something. Them scientists, whenever they put them their hands in something and try to contradict creation, the creator, you're gonna have friction. You are. It ain't gonna come out right. And they round here now, they got us on quarantine. You know. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch what's that movie that everybody been telling me about? Yeah, they got Netflix. They got all kinds of stuff up in here, child. Uh, yeah, they got all kinds of. I've been wanting to watch that movie, uh, Contagious. Ain't that the name of it? One of my church members, who I've been friends with forever, um, they they talk to my son. They talk to me and my son every day. But anyway, she was telling me about that movie, and uh, she was saying, yeah, you need to watch that, but she say it's gonna blow your mind. So I told them, my son and my daughter-in-law, about it, that we should watch it. And um my daughter-in-law knew about the movie. She say, "Oh, no, I don't know if I want to watch that." I say, "Yeah, let's watch it because I'm kind of curious, curious about it." Pandemic, yeah. So I the more I thought about this thing, child, after my daughter-in-law told me all about everything, child, I was sitting up in here. I say, "Oh, the trick of the enemy. Look how they got them, But I think though, it again, it's man-made. You got to think about that. And scientists always have been messing with God's creation. And so whenever man stick their hand in something, it's gonna be tainted. Because we sin for people. It ain't gonna come out right, because we don't have it like that. You know, even though we depend on the doctors, even though we depend on things, that's something we shouldn't put our faith in, because man is just like you. He ain't no different from you. That's just like the preachers, the doctors, the scientists. All them people, child, they just like you. So, you know, um, I believe that this is all um, man-made. I said that before, and I'm gonna continue to say it. You know, they trying to mess with God creation, trying to put chips and stuff in us, and all that kind of concentration. They ain't going to no concentration camp. I don't care. I ain't studying them. No, I ain't doing all that now. Y'all crazy, you know. So I'ma just keep believing in God, knowing that He's gonna work this thing out. He gonna work it out. Yeah. So um, people, the staff. Now, my daughter-in-law had a luxury from working from home. Hey, marriage and marijuana. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetie. How y'all doing? Thank you for coming to my live stream. Y'all just got in here just in time, cause child, I was just finna in. But uh, yeah, yeah, everybody, and like I say, this is the week. Yeah, I know, especially when you lost someone to that. It's difficult for you, you know. So I'm a message you, baby, and I'm gonna be checking on you. You fell on my mind the other day, child, but I was up in here with them. They act like they can't do nothing when I'm here. So you know, I've been kind of busy, and like I say that my son, he sleeps a lot. So, and then my daughter-in-law be at work and school and clinicals. Child, the other night she was in here on her. Uh, she wasn't in clinicals. She was in a class, and I could hear the instructor talking talking to him, and I never paid attention to that. She be on two laptops and her phone. I'm like, yeah, yeah, what you got going on? Yeah, so she had an opportunity to work from home. They sent her home long time ago. So um, yeah, Nick, you gonna be in my prayers, baby, and y'all just keep the faith and hold on to God's unchanging hand, and know that everything is gonna be okay. Because we as believers, you know, we see things differently than what the world see things. Because we spiritual, we believers. you know we stay in that spiritual realm. So you just have to speak things over your situation. And Nick, I speak peace over every last one of you guys. I speak blessings. I speak joy that this world cannot give to us. So now that we are getting ready for Easter, the Passover, we're getting ready for that. This is the week that we should be reflecting on Christ and Calvary. So I want everyone to take this time to think about that man that hung, bled, and died for you. That he was bruised, he was wounded, hung, bled, and died for us. This is the week to do that, you guys. You know, and I want everyone to stay blessed and not stress. Don't stress out over the things you have no control over. None. None. In all things, get understanding. And if my people would just humble themselves and pray. So, you guys, y'all stay prayerful. Continue to pray. Continue to pray one for another. And as I pray for you, I want you to continue to pray for me and my family. Y'all be blessed. Nick, I'm going to call you here. I'll message you. Okay? Um, y'all be blessed. Okay? I love y'all with the love of God. And thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. And hopefully, um, when my son is up and feeling, have a little bit more energy than what he's been having, I'll get an opportunity to hit this live with him. And y'all get an opportunity to see my oldest son. He'll be 32, May the 3rd. Lord Jesus. Yeah, he will. But You guys, y'all stay blessed. I love you with the love of God. Okay? Bye-bye. Nick, I'm a call you, baby.